morning, Sacramento Center for Spiritual Living. We are so glad you are here. We are the One Love Band, and I am so happy to introduce the Rising Stars. They had so much fun. We had a song circle start up, and it has turned into a wonderful experience bringing these people up, kind of like a flash mob, wasn't that good? That's fun. So we have a couple more special songs for you with our Rising Stars joining us, and we're going to start out with Winter Wonderland. Hey. 1, 2, 4.
This year. Okay, good. Then you can sing this song. Okay, so we've added a little Suism to it.
Yes.
What do we call it?
Yeah. Yeah, Suism's good.
Suism.
I kind of like that. She suitified it.
Yeah, suitified was the word I was looking for. Okay, here we go. You better watch out, you better not cry, you better not pout, I'm telling you why. Santa Claus is coming. Yes, he is. Santa Claus is coming. Better do some cookies. Santa Claus is coming.
Give another round of applause to the Rising Stars. Thank you so much. You know, and it's just about having fun, right?
That's right.
That's right. We don't need to be perfect. We just want to have fun.
That's right.
So thank you. So this brings us to a part of the program today where I have some really good news to share. So my name is Ruth Hall. I'm the president of the Board of Trustees, besides being in the band. That's my favorite part. But, you know, I know. It's hard to believe. We had a challenge last week. Have you all heard of Giving Tuesday?
Yes.
If you haven't, then check your email. We had a challenge last week that was so special because we are raising money to eventually be able to get into this next room in this building, which is going to be our sanctuary. And one of the things that we needed to do was buy sheetrock and all kinds of supplies to get our next phase done so that we can start moving in. So we had a challenge last week to do a matching fund. And so we had a challenge from a generous donor that if we matched $1,200, we would receive $1,200. And guess what happened?
We did it.
We did it. We had some amazing donations from not only some individuals, but from groups of people. And it just, you know, we say we shouldn't be amazed at what God does. But it is a demonstration of what some like-minded people who are so happy and excited to be able to be in this special sacred place can do together. And so I just want to personally thank everyone who donated, everyone who stepped up, and especially to that special donor who gave us a challenge and made us jump up and do it. So we are going to be in that sanctuary before you know it. And I'm thinking after the first of the year we'll be able to move in. So exciting stuff. The next thing I want to talk to you about, because I am the president of the Board of Trustees, is the board retreat that we just experienced this last weekend. We've got a Board of Trustees here, Margie Lukefeld, who is here with us today. We have Max Overland, Carol Untersier, and of course our Reverend Sharon Dunn, who is all part of the board. The board retreat is an important time where the board gets to spend time together connecting, learning, having that sacred space together where we are able to refresh and regroup and get ready for the new year, and to be able to have that team building that you need when you're working as a team. But I want to tell you, being part of the board is so important because governance of any organization is kind of like having kids. You know, it takes time and it takes effort, it takes talent. And I'm not talking this kind of talent. I'm talking about the talent of being mindful of what you're doing and how you're doing it. And even though it is a lot of work, I can testify to that, it is such a reward that you wouldn't expect. Just like having kids. You have a reward that you didn't expect. That purpose in your life. That ability to say, hey guys, let's get together and create a sanctuary.
Yeah.
That's what being on the board is all about. I have one more year and then they're kicking me off. But I want to tell you how important it's been to me to be able to create this with all of you. I couldn't do it by myself. I have to have a team. And so what a gift that has been to be a part of this amazing community that steps up and creates this. So I just want to thank Reverend Sharon, too, for being at the helm. Because let me tell you, it's not just getting up here Sunday morning and talking. She does a lot of stuff that we don't see. I have the opportunity every Wednesday to meet with her as the board president so that I can make sure the schedule's together, that we have bills paid, that we have all those things done that it takes to run an organization. But I get to share with her and know what kind of effort goes into what she does. And she, the same way with me. It's amazing what she does and how she holds this community together. And even though you might not get a chance to talk with her very often, she holds a sacred space for all of us. And if you need her, she is always there. Has been there for me, for my family, for every member of my family. So, anyway, thank you.
Wow, thank you.
We, last Wednesday, had a really exciting thing come up for Reverend Sharon and I. We said, hey, you know what? We need to celebrate birthdays. Everybody has a birthday, and so every month, why don't we celebrate all the birthdays that are in that month? Regardless, just because we're acknowledging these special milestones in everybody's lives. So guess what? We have a cake today, and we're going to celebrate all the December birthdays. So if you are a December birthday, raise your hand.
Oh,
Yay.
wow.
What day?
24th.
24th.
Christmas Eve.
So you had Christmas, and did you have a separation between
Yes,
your
I
birthday
did,
and
yeah.
Christmas?
Yeah.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Well, we're going to celebrate today, and we're excited to do that. I know Carol Untis here, even though she's not here today. She's clear up in Grass Valley, so we're giving her a pass today because she was at the board retreat this weekend. It's her birthday on the 13th of December, so we're going to say happy birthday, Carol.
Happy birthday, Carol.
Anyway, we will sing happy birthday
Oh,
when
boy.
you get to cut the cake.
Oh, boy.
Yeah. So every first Sunday of the month, we will be celebrating birthdays, and I think that's awesome. I think it's fun.
And they have a gift, too.
Oh yeah, that's right. See, I know. I told you need to tell me. The other thing that you get as a birthday present is that you get an opportunity to have a session with a practitioner of your choice
Oh,
for free. That's awesome.
yeah.
So we have some little details we need to do to get that set up. We'll be contacting you so that you can make a choice and get that going for you. What an awesome opportunity. I can't wait for my birthday now. Okay. So, without further ado, I would like to introduce our senior minister, our brave and gracious leader of the band, Reverend Sharon Dunn-Alberg.
Wow, that was really nice. That was amazing. That was a fun board retreat. We did it on a boat.
Oh, yeah.
We were on the houseboat, which is our houseboat, and it was our first event, wasn't it, Larry? Our first event with guests and making sure that everyone had a really comfortable bed. We stayed 2 nights, 3 days, so it was really fun. Larry cooked us amazing food, and we had ricotta and lemon pancakes with a berry sauce. Oh my goodness. So very blessed. So you too can be on the boat on a board retreat should you decide being on the board is for you. So I want to tell you excitedly that we have a new month. My sister and I always we compete who first says pinch and a punch for the first of the month. I don't know if you've ever heard that, but my mother used to do that literally to us, and so we've carried that tradition on. She won this time. Must have got up in the middle of the night to use the restroom because I woke up and the text was already there. So, and we have a great new theme, but I love the theme for December is embracing wholeness, living as wholeness, and that's what a wonderful theme for December. Yes, and we're going to actually talk about that today. Who would have thunk? And our book of the month is the Essential Earnest Homes. And that book everyone should have either in their Kindle or on their bedside table. It's essays and excerpts from Ernest Holmes. It's delightful. So I have the pleasure again of introducing one of our board members, Margie Lugfeld, and she. One thing we did on the board retreat that I wanted, one thing I had in the vision, which is when we visioned for the retreat, we got lead from love. So that, and what I wanted was to know something about each board member that I didn't know. And I'm blown away. I learned so much. Actually, Margie and I have so much in common. May I say? Sure. We both were widowed. 3 months of each other. We both had a child that passed away, which is, when you experience becoming a widow or becoming widowed, there's nothing like talking to someone who has become widowed. And when you lose a child, I hate to say lose because nothing's lost in God, but when a child passes on, there's nothing like talking to another person who has had that same experience. And so Margie and I are bound in love forever, and we have so much in common. She's a beautiful, beautiful consciousness. Love you. I love you, man. Margie.
Just use this, ready? You can take it off or just use it there, whichever you want.
Okay,
There you go.
I got it.
All right.
Wow. Good morning, Sacramento, SCSL. And thank you for being here, part of our service today. And I invite you to go within and close your eyes and just let the monkey mind just settle and flow down into your heart. With a deep breath. And letting it go, knowing we are safe, we are loved, we are everything that God created in His creation. And as I know that one power is right here, right now, I know that we are one with that power. I, and along with every one of you here and on social media, you are too. We are one. I know it, I believe it, I feel it, I stand in that truth. And as I know this for all of us, I'm so grateful for the service today, for the wonderful music, the holiday music, the Board of Trustees, the wonderful weekend we had, knowing each other and lots to eat, and we had a wonderful time. So grateful for that. And I'm grateful for our message today from Reverend Sharon. And so we bless the service today, and we just enjoy the day with each other as a great community. And together we affirm it by saying, and so it is. Thank you. and our readings today. Okay, from Eric Butterworth, The Creative Life. You are a perfect idea, an infinite mind. You are whole now. This wholeness is the only way the universe knows you. And then from Dr. Ernest Holmes, Spiritual Awareness. Every person represents an individualization of universal wholeness, the love, peace, joy, and freedom of spirit. The power of the spirit expresses through every atom of our being now, this moment. And then from Pema Trojan, when things fall apart. Just as a jewel buried in the earth for 1,000,000 years is not discolored, our noble heart is not affected by our kicking and screaming. The jewel can be brought out into the light and it will glow brilliantly. No matter how committed we are to unkindness or greed, our heart is completely whole. And now I invite you to enjoy by Paul McCartney, Let It Be.
Sing along. It's a very awesome song. When I find myself in times of trouble, Mother Mary comes to me, speaking words of wisdom, let it be. And in my hour of darkness, she is standing right in front of me, speaking words of wisdom, let it be. Let it be, let it be.
brought tears to my eyes. I heard a low voice we haven't heard in a while.
Thank you so much. Thanks everybody for holding me in prayer. It's been a long time since I've been here. I appreciate all the love and support.
Welcome home, sis. Well, that's, boy, that was just beautiful. Choked me up. So blessed. So we, as I said, we have a new theme for the month, Living as Wholeness, which is going to be fantastic to live all month. And my topic is embracing wholeness. And, you know, I've always thought of God principles independently of each other, autonomous of each other. And I always, don't I say, love, light, peace, joy, harmony. Well, I had a revelation this week where I really put a lot of thought into the interconnectedness of the principles. You know, with one, you can have another. You can have this when you have this. And so I want to go there. I want to take that deep dive with you today. So I am going to talk about wholeness, peace, and life. Because they actually, there's so much to say. We could probably spend a year connecting the principles each Sunday in some way. I mean, it was such a deep dive for me, and I was just like, wow, I never thought of that. I never thought that one was related to the other. But in fact, they are. And I'm going to define wholeness so that we kind of are speaking the same language, and I love definitions, and sometimes I make them up. So an undivided or unbroken completeness or totality with nothing wanting. Wholeness, yes? Synonyms, integrity, unity. See, we're already starting to connect. Wholeness involves all of what we are, mind, body, soul, and relationships. The relationships of each one of those to each other, to everything else, to one another. So I really went into connection. Maybe it's because it's December, we're all coming home, and we just have that spirit, you know, we want to just be together and give one to one another. And I just love December. You know, I love December. By wholeness, we're referring to a way of being in the world that involves a life-affirming view of oneself and the world, because I think we spend quite a while going, oh my gosh, the planet, the people. Well, why don't we in December think a little differently and contribute to something more magnificent in the world? It's a capacity to see and approach life with breadth and depth and the ability to organize the life journey into a cohesive whole. Another, nothing missing, nothing broken, nothing lacking. Wouldn't you like to have that affirmed on your mirror in the bathroom? Mm-hmm. Just like nothing missing, nothing broken, nothing lacking. Here's one, not a goal to be achieved, but a state to be maintained. I love that. I always like to get that, free pass to when I dip down into the depths of despair. I don't, but in case you do, there's something we can do together. So wholeness, when I talk about wholeness, and I love the idea of wholeness because I personally think that some of these principles, we say them, but do we ever consider them really? You know what I mean? It's like, yes, wholeness. But do we ever think in terms of what is my personal relationship with wholeness? How does it apply to me? How is it relevant in my life? How can I see it in you? Ah, okay. So if something isn't whole, it typically means that something's missing that would ordinarily make it complete. Yes? Yeah. A whole pizza, for example, is not whole if a slice is missing. A broken piece of glass is no longer whole when it's shattered into tiny, dangerous particles. I like the word dangerous. A gift basket is not whole if a portion of the gift is lacking. Wholeness replaces depression with unspeakable joy. Bondage with immeasurable freedom. Emptiness for amazing fulfillment. And we always have both sides of the spectrum, don't we? But wouldn't it be nice to remember what changes this into that? Wholeness is the state of being content, at peace. Peace, anybody? God principle? Connected to wholeness? Wholeness is a state of being content, at peace. So does that mean that when you're at peace, you feel wholeness? Mm-hmm. Does that might mean then that if you're feeling broken or lacking, that you might not be feeling peace? Isn't this exciting? I feel like I'm like back to rudimentary math. With this, you need this to that. Wholeness is a state of being content, taken care of, and healed from the inside out. You're no longer a victim to the things of your past. The stains of regret have been wiped away. I want this. Are you with me here in December? The worries of the world have grown dim. And again, reminding you of a talk a couple of weeks ago where let's look at where we have come, not what is broken. Rights, civil rights, rights for women. Yes, we can focus, can't we, on what is broken, or we can focus on where we've come and more of that. More of that. What is it that we need more of, and can I do something about that in my life, in my community, in the world? To be truly whole means the divine is the center of your world. I love that. And you've allowed Spirit to mend the cracks in your heart, your physical body caused by hurt, pain, and just life. Being whole doesn't mean that you won't experience pain. It doesn't mean that your life is perfect. It doesn't mean that you've arrived and will never need to start on a journey of wholeness again. Praise God.
Yes.
I love every day when I come here or when I'm at home and I have all these giant concepts and I don't have to be perfect. Though we are perfect, complete, and whole, where are we perfect, complete, and whole? Within us. I call it the soul. The soul doesn't get broken. The soul doesn't get lost. The soul is the wellspring of God principle. It is the thumbprint of who we are. It is our DNA, our birthright. It's here forever. When we shed our body, it will continue in our next expression. So anytime we want to feel wholeness, we don't have to go looking for it. We just take a breath in, maybe close our eyes because the world is a distraction. I don't know if the world's a distraction for you, but, and I don't know if you get distracted. Squirrel. I might. In wholeness comes from an inner assurance of you as spirit. When you know who God says you are wiser about your decisions, which lead to a healthier life. And 2 more. When you have inner assurance, you reject negative thought patterns. Because you know they don't align with who God says you are, or Spirit says you are, or the divine says you are. Whatever word works for you. Don't be distracted by the words. Last, when you're whole, you are careful about who you allow in your life. Because you know that good company can create more good. You thought I was going to say something about bad company, right? Do you see how I translated? I literally scratched it out and said, no. So how about peace? How about peace? Do you love this? Wholeness equals mind, body, spirit. It's everything, right? Spirit, soul, I use those interchangeably, right? Peace is a state of wholeness. And life, a daily awareness of wholeness. So peace means a state of wholeness, or God's gift of wholeness, and it's about wellness and prosperity as well, both internally and externally. And why do I say that? And again, prosperity, abundance is what? A God principle. And so if we're lacking, are we at peace? If we're worried about source? You know, I don't know, have you established that source is a God principle, that you only have one source? Sometimes I outsource. Maybe I shouldn't admit every Sunday all the things I do. Peace means soundness that comes from being complete. Being perfect because one is whole, with all essential parts joined together. In other words, there is a part of you, your only part, your only forever part, that is perfect, complete, and whole. I will probably say this way too often the rest of my life, but what brought me back to Science of Mind when I first walked in the door, what brought me back the next week, was being told the first week I was perfect, complete, and whole now. I had to come back and find out about that because that's not what I was taught. There is something about feeling whole that really can't be beat, isn't it? Feeling like every part of you is aligned and at peace, working together harmoniously. Wait a minute. Harmony? Is that not a God principle? Isn't this fun? Did you ever connect them like this? I hadn't, but then again. When we use the word whole, we are referring to 3 things: spirit, soul, body. Spirit, soul, body. I say mind, soul, body because we have all heard now about the mind-body connection. Well, interesting that they aren't teaching the mind-body-soul connection. Because I really kind of think sometimes we forget that soul or that spirit in us is the foundation. Then it's the mind, body. The soul has to be identified with. How do you identify? I identify as a soul, which is infinite, which has at its access in every second, in every breath, an infinite mind. And then I can get my mind aligned, and then my body as well. Interconnected. I'm very excited about this idea. I hope you are too. Oh, and here's one. Each of those three elements works in tandem to bring us into, drum roll, balance. Another idea of spirit. Remember, God principle or principle, the principle word, not the principle like you were scared of in school. This is the principle. All of a sudden I got scared and remembered my principal from school. But when I say principle, as you know, it is true for all, which is why if we're talking about things that are not true for all, it isn't the divine idea that we are seeking to enjoy. Because remembering, we must enjoy principle. I say, if you're not experiencing it, it's just a word. We're talking about every week, how do we get to have that in our lives? How do we get to experience it? How do we get to experience wholeness? This won't come as a shock to anybody, but the best ways to care for your spirit and your soul and your body is to rest. Oh my God, I forgot. Wow. Larry was kind of laughing at me last night. We came home from the board retreat. We had to put the boat back together because we made it happen for us. And we got home, and apparently we were going to watch a movie, and I laid on the couch next to him, and I guess I didn't wake up till this morning. And he was like trying to wake me up, trying to have convo, really, he hadn't seen me in a couple of days. I don't remember anything. I just remembered that I needed rest. And look at me today, so happy, peaceful, feeling whole, complete, perfect. So one thing that we can do is spend time being unplugged. I know that's not going to happen, right? No one's going to do that. You're not going to unplug. Right? Let's do this.
Yeah.
Just if you're going to meditate, or if you're going to pray, or if you're going to do a walking meditation, or if you're going to write in your journal, if you're going to do it, all those beautiful spiritual practices, why not add in, unplug. It's like, and that means unplug from the notifications. It's like your phone's over here, but you can still hear it pinging. Oh yeah, okay, good, I'll get back to that. I wonder who it is. I wonder if it's important. True rest is when no part of you is at work. Caring for your physical body. How about food? How about exercise? Oh, what is on my Christmas list? Oh, no, don't laugh. I can do that. I'm actually, this is chair yoga, okay? But I went to Thanksgiving at my other Mother Alberg's, and my sister-in-law had just gotten one of these trampolines, and I got on it. Didn't I just jump that high?
Yes.
I jumped that, well, not quite that high, but I was there, and I thought, well, wow, I can do that. And I'm telling you, my heart rate went up, but I was able to hold on for dear life. But I was able to, do my move. I was able to exercise. So what is on your Christmas list? To do something for your body. Because I think at this point, well, in my life, moving, I'm readjusting what I can do physically. Does anyone have to do that? Readjust what we have to do physically sometimes. Maybe I can't jog anymore. I used to be a runner, and I loved it. I loved those endorphins. Okay, well, that's pounding the pavement isn't my jam anymore. But there's something I can do. And when I got on this thing, I was like, and it folds up. So I can take it from my house to my boat. So, just think about what can you do different if maybe you aren't able to do what you used to do, what is it that you can do? And do something. Because that somehow then translates into support of your soul. Isn't that wonderful? That is wonderful. So last but not least, and I did mention spiritual practice, but it actually does, it should be not last. It should be first. It really should be. And I'm not saying shoulda, woulda, could. I'm not saying should be. But without my spiritual practice, I would be a completely different person from Sunday to Sunday. Because I have said this before, I sometimes forget. Do you forget, like you hear this great message and then, or you read a great scripture and then a couple of days later you've completely forgotten it. Spiritual practice keeps that alive. And I think I push that infomercial every Sunday. And you will hear that every Sunday, I'm sure. And again, last on peace is, we will go through seasons of experiencing wholeness, so we must constantly practice things that help us feel in order to keep going in that. And last but not least is life. And what I want to say is the first step of experiencing wholeness is in uncovering, discovering a self-awareness. Developing a self-awareness of your patterns, your motivations, your thoughts, your actions. This is where we go through life. I'm getting to the principle, but we also have to look at the human experience of life. We then can set an intention to experience the God principle of life as wholeness when we look at what is not working. When we look at what has been in the way or it needs to shift. When we had our board retreat, was it all like yippee skippy? Oh my gosh, it was a love fest. Not so much. We also had work to do. We had things that we want a vision. We want to manifest more of the vision, mission, and purpose already established for this center. And so if there is something in the way of it, what happens? It needs to be moved out of the way. What is that great book we had last year? What is in the way is the way. And so there was some pain. There was some sorrow. And what did I do? I got up at 5 the next morning, troubled, and I walked a few feet away out of the boat to see the delta, to sit on the bench, to take in the water, because the water for me is life. And I didn't have to do anything. I just had to surround myself with this nature, with this beauty, and cry, and let it just rush over me. And I felt so powerful. And then I could see the current, and I thought, I'm just going to let that go in the current. That's not working for me anymore. Not as a leader, not as a person. And I just let it go. And I was so vulnerable. I started walking back to the boat. I turned the corner, and all of a sudden I got screamed at. Screamed so loud it scared the dickens out of me. It was a giant heron. I scared it. It scared me. And it was the most beautiful and delightful. It was almost like it scared out of me what no longer is serving not only me, but this community. Get outside. I know you all walk and you go out to your beautiful nature. What does anybody do here? Anybody do anything like that? Nature, or what is the thing that immediately soothes your soul? Anybody?
Going fishing.
Fishing. Okay. Meditation. I love that. Anybody else?
I go out to the Nature Center.
Oh, that's wonderful. That's beautiful. What, may I ask, when you're there, what is the most stunning for you?
being in the trees and
The trees.
the animals. And, yeah.
Animals. Oh my gosh, yes. Any animal will take your burden. Any animal, it's like, it's amazing. There was
Walking the forest.
the forest.
I have a lovely forest right where I live.
Forest. That, some of us are water, right? Some of us are forest. Ocean. Here's our ocean girl. Us cancers, we just love the water. There's 3 of us right here on the stage. We're water babies.
I would say the stars, but we can't really see them anymore. I would love to go to one of those places where
Yes.
there's nothing blocking the stars.
Stars. Wow, that's beautiful. Anybody else?
I enjoy Folsom Lake, and we
The
have the
water.
stars.
There you go.
Beautiful. That's wonderful. So, can we do this together? Can we look at ourselves as beautiful art? Can we just make an agreement here for December that we are perfect, complete, and whole? And not only just say, I'm perfect, complete, and whole, but what are we going to do about it? What are we going to do to sustain and maintain the experience of being perfect, complete, and whole? And I have to say, I feel like December is the easiest month for me to do that because seems like people are singing and ringing bells and there's candy and lights and it just kind of seems easier. So why not? Why not get a practice going that, wow, look in the mirror and just say, you are a beautiful piece of art. You are God's masterpiece. Okay, one more challenge. When you look at that person you don't care for, will you consider seeing a reflection of that perfection? That should be a song. Seeing a reflection of that perfection. And I mean the one you really don't like. And why do we say that? We say that because that don't likeness, it's almost like a crack in the thing you want for yourself. It's a thing that is invested in you and festers in you. And so it's really to your benefit, to our benefit, and to the world, and we want to create more love in the world, to look at that person and say, mirror, mirror on the wall. I think that's an amazing practice. Here's another thing about prayer. Have you ever thought, my situation really isn't that dire to ask the prayer team for prayer? Anybody ever thought, it's not that bad, I can handle it. I don't need the prayer team. I don't want to bother the prayer team. I got to wait till someone's, or something or myself is really out there. It's an emergency. 911. It's a 5150. It's dire. Before you ask for prayer. I don't want to bother. You're all smiling, so I'm thinking, maybe. There's nothing too hard for God. There is nothing you deserve to feel whole. And sometimes we need support. Those people whose birthday is in December, they get a birthday checkup, a free checkup. It's an hour. And in that checkup, if you discover and uncover something that you'd like to work more on with a practitioner, then you can make that arrangement. But this is free. Not only that, but you're going to kind of get, wow, seeing a practitioner that's some good stuff. That's some good. I've had an aha. I left that thing that I didn't even know I had there. I'm done with it. It's amazing. Don't wait till you've reached rock bottom to ask for help. And I think that this wholeness, I'm going to end here with, wholeness is not a destination. You're not going to achieve it and be done. It is a state of being. It's a place where your past has no power over you. They have no control over you. It's where you feel and experience an open heart, an open mind, and an open soul. And what I mean by the soul is every day you are experiencing more of the infinite life. You're not taking for granted. You're not walking around going, well, I'm this is all I'm doing today. You have an infinite mind to tap into. Get busy. Ernest Holmes says, the spark which burns at the center of our own soul is caught from the living and eternal flame of spirit. Let us pray. There is a power greater than myself. There is a power, a creator creating creation that has, in fact, created all life. And it has many names. It has life, love, peace, joy, harmony, abundance, wisdom, wholeness. It is the most magnificent, loving spirit, generous, and yet not invasive. It lets us do us. You do you is God's t-shirt. There's no punishing God. Oh, if you do that, this is going to happen to you. There is a spirit just waiting for life itself to experience it. For all of us, in all of humanity, to experience it. In each of us, and together, as a whole human race. And so I know, I claim and declare that God principle is expressed here and now in each one of us and in this center, and as the center influence this community and the world, and it's got a name too. It has the name life and love and wholeness and peace and joy. And it's infinite. There's no limit here. There's no lack here. There is nothing we cannot do together in spirit. Look around us. Oh my gosh, what we've accomplished already. And so I look towards this new year, renewed in the truth that I am a magnificent art created by God. I am perfect, complete, and whole. I am intelligent. I am powerful. I am the light. I am love. I am abundant. Breathe in. Know with me that this community is a place where God is expressed, where spirit is expressed, where we get to learn how to have more of that is, where we get to practice with one another how to be in principle. This is a place. This is the place. This is the house that God made. And so I release my word into the law because There's nothing I have to do. Love, light, abundance, it's the law. It's the law. I don't have to create anything. I don't have to do any heavy lifting. The law does that. So all we have to do is rejoice, release, let go, and let God. And together we say, and so it is. Ashe. Shalom. Hallelujah. Yeehaw.
That was beautiful.
That was wonderful. You know, Reverend Sharon, I tried to put a shed together. When it came time to do the roof, I think my neighbors know me as somebody else. So I hired somebody, a handyman. So if you guys ever need a good handyman, he's a great guy.
Which is fine.
Yeah, he could work on this place.
Well, this song kind of follows just what you were saying.
Of course it does.
Peace be upon us.
Let's make sure I have it picked right back.
I was singing.
Good.
Yes, I forgot I have a job to do. You know, I'm just going to do this quickly because you know what time it is. It's giving time. And I just wanted to clarify, since we've been, we've done such asking and you have just been so amazing, that there's a difference between tithing and our building fund. So if you're doing anything about the building fund, or you want to get in the sanctuary sooner than most, make sure that you let us know that's for the building fund. Otherwise, it's tithing, and tithing means giving so that we have this space, so that we have a home, so that we have people that show up. We have musicians and guest speakers and all of that. So just wanted to clarify that for you. And so together, I'm going to say this. There, we're going to do this. If you want to sing along, we would love that.
Oh, okay. I am so blessed.
I am so blessed. I am so blessed.
I am so grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed.
Oh, I really want to be in the band.
I told you to come on.
Again, when I was telling you all to ask for prayer, demand prayer, one way to do it is to go to our website and request prayer. We pray for a week, and you will not regret it. You know, the other thing I was going to announce is when people are saying, how do we get on the mailing list? Did you have people ask, how do we get on the mailing list? How do we get on the mailing list?
Just go to the webpage, and at the very bottom, there's a place to subscribe.
You have to subscribe. Who knew? Who knew? You have to subscribe, and then you get on our mailing list. And then you get all the things that I have to say via email.
That's right. All these pretty slides.
All these pretty slides. So back at the sanctuary, by the way, our Christmas tree is coming after service.
Mm-hmm.
I think Margie's son-in-law, Jeff, is bringing a Christmas tree for us. And so there's also a Toys for Tots box that you can drop a toy in for. The Marine Corps will be taking that to the children. We have our candlelight service next week. And that's going to be really awesome. You're going to want to come and be a part.
Bring your singing voice. You guys sing Christmas
Bring your
songs
singing
with us,
voice.
yeah.
That will be amazing. Oh, one thing I was going to say is, if you're decorating a tree, and you look at an ornament and say, yeah, I don't know if I want to put that on the tree. Or maybe you've got a tree that's not as big as the one you had last year, and yeah, that's not going to fit. Bring it to the candlelight, because we're just going to have a tree and some lights. I'm not sure how many ornaments we're going to have unless we collect them. So if you feel like, this whole box of bulbs is not going to work or whatever, you just go ahead and bring it here. We'll make use of it. And we're very looking forward to our Taizé service, and that is where we're going to have no message, just music. Well, we're having a message through the music and meditation. You're going to love it. And please bring friends. This is non-denominational. This is no message. This is a night where you can bring people. They can get a taste of who we are and our love. And so, yeah, just please come for that. And last but not least, our Friday, December 29th, is our Evening of Blessings, and that's where you can come, bring your fuzzy socks, you can go from station to station and receive prayer. You don't have to do anything. Again, great time to bring friends. And you will love that as well. Ministers and practitioners will be set up as stations. So, we will not be open for Christmas. Don't forget. Christmas Eve, which falls on a Sunday. We will not be open. So we're doing our thing on
New Year's.
So on the Taizé is our candlelighting is in lieu of. And then we are open I'm getting these Let me channel my Vanna White. So, for New Year's Eve, we will be open on Sunday, and we will be having a wonderful service where you can set an intention for the new year. Please also join us for that. And again, bring a friend. That's wonderful. Our new class begins January 6th. We're going to try something brand new where we're not having to commit to every week, but rather the first Saturday of the month. I'm calling them First Saturday classes in person monthly with Reverend Sharon. And the first one is going to be a foundations class, not foundations, but a foundational class called Change Your Thinking, Change Your Life. And so it's Saturday morning, the first Saturday of the month for 6 months. It's a 6-week class, okay? So please, again, share. That's an in-person class. It will not be hybrid. We want to get intimate. We want to be in a class together. Again, it'll be here. And then we will do a Zoom class starting February 27th after the convention. And that will be another credentialed class, and that will be visioning. And that is an evening class only on Zoom. So please, please participate in the classes if you want classes here. That's really needed. Your participation is needed. And it's how we get to know each other personally, taking a class together. You know, you make friends and find your bestie, and it's amazing. And now we're going to have Margie come up and take us out.
So, I'd like to have you join me in saying our affirmation. Please take it home with you and think of it all week and say it to yourself. And living as wholeness, join with me. I am made in the image of the divine, living a whole life. And now, if you'll go within with gratitude for the service today, giving thanks for the message, the music, the love, the community, the service, and how we are moving so forward in our new building. And we are so grateful for all the funds that we get to put this place together, and it's moving very fast, and we thank you, God, thank you, God, thank you, God. And so we affirm this by saying, and so it is. Hallelujah.
Thank you.
And stay for community.
So as we close today, again, thank you for being here and sharing with us, and for the support of this community center. And this area right here, when we move into our sanctuary, this is going to be our social hall, our social area, a place where we can have classes, maybe some yoga classes. I see somebody here that we're hoping we can talk into doing some awesome yoga classes, and maybe even some sound healing. That would be wonderful. Lots of different opportunities that we're going to have to connect with our community. We had a really great idea at the board retreat. We're talking about having a pancake breakfast, because somebody made some awesome pancakes. Yeah. And we need to share that with the community around here, because it was wonderful. So there's so much to look forward to in 2024, and I can't wait to share it with all of you. But we're going to close by wishing you a Merry Christmas.
And please sing along. Have yourself a merry little Christmas. Let yourself be light. From now on, our troubles will be out of
and look at that.
The light.
The light.
And then there will be light.